everyone. This is video 5 for lesson number 3, atoms and molecules. Up till now we have studied about laws of chemical combination, then we studied about Dalton's theory, then we studied about atoms also, what are atoms, then atomic mass of element also we have studied, and then we studied about symbols of different element. Now the question arises how these atoms exist. Do they exist independently or they combine to form some of the compounds, or how they exist? So let's start today's video that how do atoms exist. Atoms exist in the form of molecules or in the form of ions. Okay, because atoms of most of the element are not able to exist independently. There is only exception of inert gases or noble gases such as helium, neon, argon, krypton, etc., which are unreactive and they exist in free state. And atoms of all other elements are chemically reactive, so they do not exist at free state. They exist in the form of molecules or in the form of ions. Ions, you know, the positively charged ions are known as cations and negatively charged ions are known as anions. We will discuss more once we finish with the molecules. Okay, so let's begin. What is a molecule? A molecule is the smallest unit of an element or a compound that is capable of independent existence and shows all the properties of that substance. Okay, and atoms of same element or different element can join to form a molecules. Atoms same element can also join, and atoms of different element can also join to form the molecules. You can see here atoms are of single elements. Okay, but molecules, they can be of elements also and they can be of compounds also. If atoms are of same element, then they form molecules of element like hydrogen, H and H. We write hydrogen gas as H2. So it is having two atoms of the same element, that is hydrogen, and it is representing one molecule of hydrogen. Compounds, when molecules are of different elements, then they form compounds. So let's study each in detail. Again here, elements, you can see if I write helium, so it is just representing helium atoms, because just now I have told you that inert gases, they exist only independently. So you will be writing as He for helium, okay, because they exist as a single element. But for oxygen, you can't write O, it will be O2 because it exists in the form of molecule. And this is a compound where more than one elements are combining. This is water, so it is having hydrogen also, two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. Okay, so molecule of an element, they can be of one or more type of number, and number of atoms constituting in a molecule, number of atoms present in a molecule is known as atomicity. Okay, let's see. If a molecule having only one atom, then it is said to be monoatomic. If it is having two atoms, then diatomic, 3, tri, 4, tetra, and more than 3 and 4 we call at polyatomics. Okay, so let's study each one. Monoatomic, molecules having only one atom. We have discussed this earlier also, like helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. What are these? These are inert gases, so they exist as a single atom only. No atom is combining with them because they are unreactive, so they don't react with any of the other elements. Let's come to diatomic molecules, molecules of elements having two atoms of that element, like hydrogen. It exists as H2, nitrogen N2, oxygen O2, fluorine F2, chlorine Cl2, bromine Br2 and iodine I2. So here in all the cases you can see 2 atoms are present. So these molecules are diatomic molecules. There is a list again of diatomic molecules. Try to learn them and write in your notes also. Triatomic, having 3 atoms of that element, like O3. What is O3? O3 is ozone. It exists when 3 atoms of oxygen combine. When 2 are combining, it is forming oxygen gas, but when 3 are combining, it is forming ozone. Tetratomic means having 4 atoms, like phosphorus. It exists as P4. So it is a tetraatomic molecule. So this is the name of different elements, and here is the table showing the atomicity, and the chemical formula is also given. So please write down in your notes about the atomicity of the some elements. Now, molecules of compounds. When atoms of different elements are joining together in a definite proportion, then they form molecules of compound. Major differences: in elements, the atoms are of same type. In compounds, the atoms of different elements join together in a fixed proportion. Let's see. For example, you can see here H2O. It is having 1 atom of oxygen and 2 of hydrogen. Ammonia, 1 of nitrogen, 3 of hydrogen. Carbon dioxide, 1 of carbon, 2 of oxygen, and hydrogen peroxide. These green one are representing oxygen and this purple one is hydrogen, because size of hydrogen atom is very small. So remember this thing. By seeing this picture, you can have a clear concept of size of the atom also. Hydrogen have a small size as compared to other atoms. Now here is the list of different compounds, what elements are combining to form, and number of each atom. For example, water. You should remember the formula. If you know the formula, you can tell the combining elements also and the number of atoms also. It contains hydrogen and oxygen. 2 hydrogen combining with 1 oxygen atom. For ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen, 1 nitrogen with 3 hydrogen. Carbon dioxide, that is CO2, carbon and oxygen are combining, 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen. Hydrochloric acid, HCl, it is having hydrogen and chlorine, both 1 atoms. Nitric acid, HNO3, it is having hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen. 1 atom of hydrogen, 1 of nitrogen and 3 of oxygen. Sulfuric acid, it is having hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. 2 atoms of hydrogen, 1 of sulfur and 4 of oxygen. I hope this molecules of elements and molecules of compounds are clear to you. In the next turn, we will study what are ions. Thank you so much.